If you hear noise, it's the house air conditioner on. I got my bike up on the porch because I was working in the garage. It's July 3rd, 2018, so happy 4th of July to everybody. Here in Western Pennsylvania, they legalized fireworks, all sizes, I guess. Somebody told me they think that every state now has it. I don't know, but Pennsylvania has it. And yesterday, the 2nd, it was 92, 93, something like that. Today, 97 degrees. It's still real hot. What did I do with my key? Can't find my key. So the last 2 days, my wife's over there walking. We worked in the garage. It's been so hot and everything. Well, before that, about a week and a half, I got to go for a ride now, but about a week and a half ago, we picked up an air conditioner for in the garage. Well, it has the vaulted ceiling. I had put some foam insulation in it, but I thought I got to do better. So we put insulation and everything I had. I figured I ain't buying nothing, and put a ceiling in there. About 2/3 the way up, I had enough. I'll be back soon. Oh, she said lightning over there. We get rain off and on. So I had about 2/3 of the way up, I put a ceiling up above, and it made a difference. But I had to fill in back in the corners. Then what I did was, I didn't really want to go the rest of the way and go and buy stuff. I had some big 4x8 sheets thick of foam, and I put them up in the vaulted ceiling. Now where the lower ceiling meets the vaulted ceiling, I put pieces up and down, 2 pieces, and they're angled, and it's all sealed up now. And above, up in there, I have one of those turbines, so it'll take the heat out. I don't care if I get caught in the rain, I'm so hot. And I wanted to tell you what happened to my nephew. He has a V-Star to V-Rod. So last Thursday he was supposed to go take his test. His permit ran out at that time. So he couldn't go because of business. There's no way he could go. So he was going to call them. Well, early that morning they called him and they said, you have an appointment? And he said, yeah. They said, well, don't bother coming, the power's off. For some reason they lost power. So wow, that lightning, whew, I'm going back, and that ain't no special effect. I'll go out here and turn around and go back. That's enough of that. So he told the guy, he said, well, I was going to call you because I just can't make it. This and that, and they talked. The guy was real nice, and my nephew said, well, I'll just have to get another permit. He said it runs out, and this and that, and the guy said, well, can you come up right now? He said, if you come up here right now, we'll give you your test. So he said, okay, I'll be right there. And so he had a little bit of time there. He ran up. So he went in, he talked to the guy, and he said, okay, there'll be an officer out there to give you your test. He was doing his paperwork. And he said, I'm going to give you the heads up. When you go out there, before you start your bike, you put your face shield down. He said, if you don't, he said, you won't pass. So he thanked him, and that's what he did when he went out and he talked to the officer, and he told him, well, get down there, make a U-turn, come back. And my nephew made sure he knew, you know, exactly, you know, where he had the lines he had to go and this and that. And the guy said, well, just whatever it takes you, you know, like he didn't really want bothered, I guess. I don't know. I'm just going to ride around here. So he did that, and the officer said, okay, you get down here, there's cones, just go back and forth like your serpentine. And he asked him again, he said, you know, do you want me to stay close to them or whatever it takes? So he did it. He said, okay. He said, come up here with me. they had cones on these marks, and he said, okay, I want you to do the figure eights. He said, don't you count. He said, I'll count them. He said, you just do them. So my nephew, you know, he really wanted to make sure he's doing it right and this and that, and he thought, no, he'll just do what the man said. So he figured he'll do the best he can. So he did them. Finally the cop said, okay. He said, take your bike up there and park that you passed. So my nephew's all lit up. He's like, oh man, you know, made it. So they go up, they go in. Well, maybe they had their power on then. They can't get this to come up in the computer. Oh my, I'm going straight home. That lightning's getting bad. They can't bring it up in the computer. So he asked him, he said, have you had 3 permits already? And he said, no, this is my first one. He said, it's not coming up. Then he looked. He's there on the 28th. It expires on the 28th, which means 27th at midnight, it ran out. And my nephew said, I didn't understand that. He said, it's 28. I thought at 28 at midnight it was done. He goes, no, no, no. He said, let me see what I can do. Because my nephew said, well, I'll just get another permit and I'll go through it again, you know. So the cop looked and looked. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, if you pay for another permit, because it has run out, we'll mark it and you can, you know, you'll pass. And he said, okay. He said, I'll pay. It's like 10 bucks, hell. So that's what he did. He got it. And then an officer told him, now, if you have any trouble, they can get in contact with us or we'll straighten it out, but we'll make sure it goes through, you know, that because he was, his permit did run out that night at midnight on the 27th, and he's up there on the 28th. So they passed him, he got it. He's all happy. Yeah, I went down the other night. I stopped down there and I was riding, and here they were putting fireworks off of that town, and we're not far from it, and we sat at his place watching them. No, he's on cloud 9. He passed his test. Man, that lightning was getting strong. Boy, we have more rabbits around here now. Birds, hummingbirds. I got the feeder out for them and everything like that. Oh, was that hot out there. Like I said, 97 today. Man, I was just wet with sweat. I was soaking. So let's go over in the garage and I can show, and I'll hurry up and put the bike away then, because it might rain. Always something. But anybody gonna take a test, make sure before you start your bike you put that face shield down, because he has a full face helmet, or if you have glasses, put them on, whatever, because apparently they're pretty strict about that. Open the garage door. But you can see I put extra foam up here. Back there you can see my air conditioner. I got it in. This is a new ceiling. These over here are pieces I had here, and over there there's siding for the house I had left over. I put them up there. The neighbor gave me some paneling. I put that in there. Just whatever I had. I closed it all off. I had to put some foam down in the corner there and back above the furnace, but I got it all sealed up. And then, let's see, right up in there you can see that I had to close it off, and I'm leaving this like it is. I have some more down here, insulation to put on, but now I can run the air conditioner, and I'll put a tarp down over this, because that's the opening for my back room, and that ceiling right there, it's fixed but not back in there. So I hang a tarp down, that'll close it off, and then I'll just be cool in this one room. Oh, I wanted to take a ride so bad. Oh man, look at that bike, all cleaned up, ready to go. Boy, that was some powerful lightning out there. Well, have a happy 4th, safe 4th. You got the fireworks, be careful.